All right, guys. Hey, how are you? Back with another MKI's Loudmouth, number 7. Want to really hit on a few topics here. Now that I think about it, this is the first Loudmouth that we've had in a while. Um, Getting back into the swing of things after casting for a few events, so hopefully I will have a little more time to talk about the issues that are going on in the Counter-Strike global offensive scene. So, as I mentioned earlier, CSGO Diamonds, m0E, and other gambling drama that I wanted to touch on just because we have a good reason here to take a look at the other big issues that are going on in gambling. So of course, as is written on the left side of the screen, is huge drama between Mohammed, m0E, Assad, and CSGO Diamonds. I mean, huge Reddit threads. I mean, more than one. Multiple Reddit threads blew up all across Reddit. What else did we see that went on there? We saw articles pop up on almost every single news website or website that's trying to get hits off of Counter-Strike. Tons of tweets being thrown, not only by both parties, so by m0E and by CSGO Diamonds, but almost every community figure has talked about this, has at least acknowledged the issue, at least indirectly. Not all of them maybe necessarily directly, but a few of them have voiced opinions, and you can link that back to this drama between CSGO Diamonds and m0E. So it has hit the community hard. And of course, I'm talking about CSGO Diamonds. For those of you who don't know what happened, that aren't in the loop about what's going on in the Counter-Strike global offensive scene, you can find more information about the drama, what went on in this scandal between m0E and CSGO Diamonds, so the betting website, by visiting the links. I'll put them up here. So there will be an article. I think it's a good article by AmericanBettingSite.com. I feel like it just has the most information in an unbiased way, and it has a lot of it has 2 articles, and then the Reddit thread, which was the most popular one. So the thread that included the most discussion from the community. I think that's also fair to link those. So take a look at those. I'm not going to go into what happened in depth. That would take way too much time from this video. So feel free to read, the links, the articles, and the discussion which ensued. But I will share my thoughts about what happened, who's right and who's wrong, and there is no right, so who's wrong, and then what needs to happen, in my opinion, for this to be resolved somehow. And it's not going to be an easy fix by any stretch of the imagination. So let's first off start by who's right and who's wrong here, and that's what I hinted at. No one is in the green here. I mean, no one. I'm talking about m0E and CSGO Diamonds. None of these parties behave the way they should. The huge issue here is that while both parties are owning up to their mistakes, and I put this in quotes on purpose because they're more focused on pushing the blame towards the other party rather than owning up, to their mistake. And while we do see m0E saying, "Oh yeah, well, I feel bad about it. If I lost your respect, sorry." That was a tweet, one of the tweets he had. I mean, he right away, immediately he goes on, but CSGO Diamonds, they were the one that sent me this. They were the ones that, gave me the offer, or I was only, doing it for sponsorship. I have no wrong in this. I mean, I have m0E as a pretty smart guy. Like, I think that all these people in esports that are community leading figures, and m0E is a community leading figure, whether you like him or not, but for sure. And they, with how esports has grown and how much money it has attracted, how much businessmen and the people they have talked to, they have learned a lot in life. I mean, you don't always learn from studies or school or whatever. You don't have to go to business school to be a good businessman. Just by gaining experience, you can become a good businessman. I feel like that holds true to m0E as an individual in Counter-Strike. I feel like he has learned a lot. He has learned a lot from his experiences in Counter-Strike and the business side of Counter-Strike. And for that reason, I have him as a pretty smart guy. I'm not saying he's necessarily book smart or something like that, but he knows what he's doing in this industry. He's making a living off of it. Come on, guys. So him saying that he was used for sponsorship and that he doesn't, he had to have known the implications that this would have brought. There's no doubt about it in my mind. So he needs the only thing that would really clear this up from a moral perspective on Mo's standpoint is true remorse. And I'm absolutely not seeing that from Mo. He's being sure to push the blame somewhere else while accepting, partial blame for whatever he has done. He then continues to just, but CSGO Diamonds did this and that's why it's worse. And that's absolutely disgusting in my mind. Same thing for CSGO Diamonds. Almost the exact same behavior, which just shows, that they really haven't really understood what has gone on here. They're doing the exact same thing. Well, we made a mistake. We came clean about it. We admitted it. But Mo, on the other hand, has been, blaming, lying, whatever. And that's ridiculous. You own up to your mistake, you apologize, and you get it done. You don't, start bad-mouthing the other party. Now, the goal here is clear. You accept partial blame, shift the majority of it somewhere else, and that way you gain some sympathy with whoever agrees with your point of view, and you can somehow put yourself in the position of a party that was used. So here we have a different situation because it was clear that both parties profited knowingly, lying and cheating to the community. You don't give away results of the future roles, which is, come on, you're telling me that Mo, when he got the results of the future roles, he didn't know that this is being used to advertise the product that, that wins come much more often, that it's supposed to seem to young users, or maybe not even young users, but users who maybe aren't as aware, that it's much easier to win big amounts of money? That's absolutely ridiculous, I think, from both sides. And I would like to see them show remorse. But that's only going into consideration why I believe that both sides are still heavily in the wrong. I kind of also want to touch on here what we need to get done in the future. And we're seeing esports explode here. We're having, dedicated lawyers who are within esports. I'd love to hear their thoughts. Maybe we can invite one of them for an interview. But many are blaming, the betting websites themselves. Fair point, but from another perspective, there's no regulation to tell them what to do. And it wouldn't make much sense to make your business that much harder. There are a few that have done it. I think Unicorn is one of the ones that don't offer large-scale betting. They only allow it in a few countries where they are able to verify the users and their age. And to be honest, I think in this betting case, it's Valve and Twitch as the big players, the major players with connections, that need to play bigger roles in lobbying for legal regulation in online gambling. And what that means is lobbying in various parliaments at the government level around the world, not just in the United States, to make sure that these governments are aware that such a phenomenon like betting skins on online matches, that they're aware that this exists. Because at the moment, I haven't done the research. I don't think anyone has, but I'm pretty sure if you'd go up to a House representative in the United States or a member of parliament in any European country, they probably wouldn't know what betting skins in Counter-Strike is on CSGO Lounge or something like that. And we're talking about betting as a whole here, kind of stepping away from the CSGO Diamonds drama itself, that all of this needs to be regulated legally. People that are under 18 years of age should not be allowed to bet skins online. Valve says it isn't a currency, that it isn't worth anything. Who are you lying to? If you go look on any, site, you're seeing skins being sold for exorbitant amounts of money, real money. And so there is a certain value put on skins. And when you're having children, because, what do you call someone under 18 years of age? Betting and not really being aware of what they're doing, especially that gambling is considered a type of addiction. It's very worrying, especially that none of these companies are showing any signs of remorse or that they want to make sure that these young kids aren't throwing out whatever their life savings, their parents' life savings, or just getting addicted to online gambling. So And this has, repercussions later on in life. I mean, that's clear. So I do think that Valve, definitely Valve. Not sure if Twitch. I think I mentioned Twitch because I want them to help, like, as a community, as someone who grew from esports. Twitch could see this connection where they might want to help, and that's their prerogative. If they want to help, great. If they don't, it's not necessarily their role. Definitely Valve, as the ones who own all of these skins and are creating them, have created the entire market, they need to be sure that they're lobbying to governments. And that's the only real way I see us getting out of it. Because how are these House representatives, these congressmen, going to learn about online gambling? And they're really not. I mean, it's you can say it's exploding into a big issue, but it's exploding into a big issue in esports. And esports still isn't that big that governments are really caring about it. Sure, we're seeing sports federations pop up here and there, but that's not on the level of congressmen really caring all that much about it. So what I would like to see here on forward is Valve open the line of discussion, admit that there's an issue with these online gambling sites. I mean, and I don't think we actually have Valve seen really address this issue at all publicly. And they need to find a way to make some regulations. I strongly believe that people under the age of 18 shouldn't be allowed to bet, to gamble online. If it's free, sure, but I think it's already been... That's a discussion for another level, so I'm not even going to say sure, because I see the positives and the negatives at this point. But definitely they need to open up regulation about betting skins, which are being sold online for a lot of money. And hopefully it ends up happening. And if it doesn't, it's going to be a huge issue going forward for the legitimacy of esports as well, because companies aren't going to want to work in a market which supports online underage gambling. I mean, no one does it. There's a reason why you're not allowed to bet on matches as a 14-year-old, talking about traditional sports here. And it's not even making a comparison between traditional sports and esports, just online gambling as a whole. It's the same exact thing. So hopefully this issue ends up being fixed. In the meantime, I do invite you guys. I will be releasing m0E's Loudmouth from now on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I definitely invite you to subscribe to my video channel, my YouTube channel. And you can do so by clicking the subscribe link, which is probably over my face if you haven't turned it off. And I urge you guys to stay tuned to my channel and watch it. Watch the next video on Wednesday. So thanks for listening, and see you Wednesday, guys.